Have you ever opened your inbox and thought, how do I even start writing this email? Or maybe you wrote something and later worried, did that sound too direct or too casual? Don't worry, we've all been there. Writing professional emails in English doesn't have to be stressful. Today, in day 15 of our 30-day speaking challenge, I'll show you the step-by-step structure of a clear, polite business email. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to write, from the subject line all the way to the signature. Let's get started. Part 1. Subject line. The subject line is the short title of your email. It appears at the very top of the message before the reader even opens it. A good subject line should be short, clear, and specific. It tells the reader exactly what the email is about. Good examples for subjects: meeting request, project update. Follow up on our conversation. If your subject is too vague, the reader may ignore the email or not know what it's about. Part 2. Greeting. The greeting is how you start your email. It shows respect and professionalism. Always greet the person politely before moving to the main message. Formal greetings. Use in professional, business emails. Dear Mr. Smith. Dear Dr. Ahmed. Dear Professor Johnson. If you don't know the person's name, you can write, Dear Sir or Madam. To whom it may concern. Use this if you're writing to an unknown person or department. For semi-formal or casual greetings, common in modern office culture, Hi, Sarah. Hello, team. Good morning, James. Avoid too casual greetings in business emails like, Hey, hiya. Just writing the name without dear, hi. Tip. Use dear for formal situations. Use hi when you already know the colleague or when the company culture is casual. Always add a comma after the greeting. Part 3. Opening. The opening line of your email is the first sentence after the greeting. It sets the tone for your message and shows politeness and professionalism. A good opening makes the reader want to continue reading. Common formal openings. I hope this email finds you well. A polite way to start almost any professional email. It shows you care about the recipient. I'm writing to follow up on. Use this when you are checking on something discussed before, like a previous meeting, email, or project. I'm reaching out regarding. Use this to introduce the purpose of your email clearly. Tips. Keep it short and simple. One sentence is usually enough. Avoid starting with casual phrases like, hey, or just wondering in professional emails. You can combine the opening with a brief context. For example, I hope this email finds you well. I'm writing to follow up on the project report we discussed last week. 4. Body. The body is the main message of your email. This is where you explain the purpose of your email clearly and politely. Your goal is to be concise, organized, and easy to read. How to structure the body. 1. State your purpose clearly. Tell the reader why you are writing. Example. I would like to confirm our meeting on Thursday. This immediately tells the reader what the email is about. 2. Provide details. Give important information the reader needs. Example. The meeting will take place at 3 p.m. in the conference room. This adding details prevents confusion and makes it easier for the reader to respond. 3. Be polite when making requests. Use polite phrases like, could you please, or I would appreciate it if you could. Example. Could you please send me the updated report by Wednesday? This polite requests make your email professional and respectful. Now, to make this really clear, let me share with you 2 full examples of email bodies. These will help you understand how to write in a professional, polite, and simple way. Example 1. I am writing to confirm our client meeting on Friday. The meeting will take place at 10 a.m. in Conference Room B. Could you please bring the latest sales report? In this example, notice how the purpose is clear, confirming a client meeting. The details are given, Friday, 10 a.m., Conference Room B. There is a polite request. Could you please bring the latest sales report? This email is short, clear, and very professional. Example 2. I am reaching out regarding the upcoming team workshop. The session is scheduled for Tuesday at 2 p.m. in the main office. I would appreciate it if you could review the agenda beforehand and share your feedback. Here, notice how the writer starts with the purpose, reaching out about the workshop. Then the details are shared. Tuesday, 2 p.m., main office. Finally, a polite request. I would appreciate it if you could review the agenda. This version is a little longer, but still very easy to understand. Tip for you: always keep each point in a separate sentence or a short paragraph. This makes the email easier to read, especially for busy professionals who don't have time to read long, complicated texts. 5. Closing. The closing is how you end your email before the final sign-off. This part is important because it leaves the reader with a polite and professional impression. Think of it as the last words they read before your name. It should show respect, gratitude, or expectation. Polite closings you can use. Looking forward to your reply. This shows you expect a response, but in a friendly, professional way. Thank you for your time and support. Perfect when someone has already helped you or when you are making a request. This, I appreciate your assistance with this matter. A respectful way to thank the reader for their effort. Please let me know if you need any further information. Useful if you want to offer help or clarity. What to avoid? Ending too abruptly, like just writing, okay. Using casual phrases such as see ya or later. These are fine with friends, but not in business emails. Tip for learners. Your closing should always match the tone of the email. If it's a formal email, choose something respectful like, thank you for your support. Oh, if it's a semi-formal or friendly work email, looking forward to your reply works very well. A good closing makes the reader feel respected and more likely to respond positively. 6. Sign off. The sign-off is the final phrase you use before writing your name. It's like saying a polite goodbye in email form. A professional sign-off shows respect and courtesy, and it completes your email neatly. Common professional sign-offs. Best regards, the most common and safe option for almost any email. Kind regards, slightly warmer and friendlier than best regards. Sincerely. A very formal option, often used in official or first-time emails. After the sign-off, always write your name on the next line. Example: Best regards, Nour. This is simple, professional, and clear. Tip for learners. Always include a comma after your sign-off. Choose best regards if you are unsure. It works in 90% of situations. In formal contexts, like writing to a professor, company, or client for the first time, sincerely is the safest choice. Now let's break down some useful new words and phrases from today's lesson. Vocabulary takeaway: business email writing. 1. Subject line. The short title of your email that tells the reader what it's about. Example: meeting request, project update is a clear subject line. 2. Greeting. The polite way you start an email, usually with dear or hi. Example: Dear Mr. Smith is a formal greeting. 3. Opening line. The first sentence after your greeting, it sets the tone of the email. Example, I hope this email finds you well. 4. Concise. Short and clear, without unnecessary words. Example, please confirm attendance by Monday is concise. 5. Polite request. Asking for something in a respectful way. Example, could you please send me the updated report? 6. Agenda. A list of topics or activities planned for a meeting or workshop. Example, please review the agenda before Tuesday's workshop. 7. Feedback. Comments, advice, or opinions about something. Example, I would appreciate your feedback on the draft. 8. Closing. The polite ending sentence before your sign-off. Example, looking forward to your reply. 9. Sign off. The final word or phrase you use before writing your name. Example, best regards. 10. Formal versus semi-formal. Formal equals very polite, professional, and respectful, used with professors, clients, or official emails. Semi-formal equals still polite but friendlier, used with colleagues you know. Example, formal, sincerely, semi-formal, kind regards. Now we've reached the final and most important part of today's challenge. Shadow and speak, business email skills. Now it's time to practice speaking like a pro. Listen carefully. Then repeat after me. Focus on your pronunciation, rhythm, and natural tone. I hope this email finds you well. Repeat with me. I hope this email finds you well. I am writing to confirm our meeting on Thursday. Your turn. I am writing to confirm our meeting on Thursday. I am reaching out regarding the upcoming workshop. Say it slowly. I am reaching out regarding the upcoming workshop. I would like to confirm our meeting on Thursday. Repeat after me. I would like to confirm our meeting on Thursday. The meeting will take place at 3 p.m. in the conference room. Your turn. The meeting will take place at 3 p.m. in the conference room. Could you please send me the updated report? Say it slowly. Could you please send me the updated report? The session is scheduled for Tuesday at 2 p.m. in the main office. Your turn. The session is scheduled for Tuesday at 2 p.m. in the main office. I would appreciate it if you could review the agenda beforehand and share your feedback. Say it slowly. I would appreciate it if you could review the agenda beforehand and share your feedback. Looking forward to your reply. Repeat after me. Looking forward to your reply. Thank you for your time and support. Your turn. Thank you for your time and support. Best regards. Repeat after me. Best regards. Kind regards. Your turn. Kind regards. Sincerely. Say it slowly. Sincerely. Awesome practice! You just shadowed the essential phrases for writing professional business emails. Keep repeating daily until the sentences feel natural and automatic. So friends, now you know the full structure of a professional email, from subject line to signature. On day 16, we'll explore another exciting topic to help you build real confidence in English conversations. And hey, if you're enjoying this lesson, go ahead and subscribe so we can keep learning together every day. Your support means a lot to me. See you tomorrow on Daily English Learning with Nour.